Family, today I want to speak about a fragrance influencer that made me buy 5 fragrances. Now, hear what I'm going to have to say. You know, Gubernos was really, really good to me at Scent Explorer. So I feel like it's something that my uncle would tell me. His hand calls for this, right? He was a really good guy. The guys that you see him do, the things that he does on his channel were there. Everybody was cool. Cuba is just a really down to earth. For me, he's a down to earth New Yorker, but he represents New Jersey as well. His cousins look like my cousins. I could stick these guys on my block and they'll be like everybody's friend within the first 30 seconds. Cuba just has that vibe. I can't say anything negative, especially about somebody who took the time out to speak to me for like half an hour. Really, really nice to me. Had a great time at Scent Explorer. Got to meet him. Got to meet a lot of other content creators as well. Everybody was nice. I'm not just saying this about him only. A lot of good, nice people were there. But I am going to give Cuba his props, especially because I purchased 5 fragrances because of him. And in this community, we need to start at least sharing more, being more. It's just like Cuba says, this is scented water. I'm seeing people fighting over scented water. Yo, go to the gym, worry about that. Look good, worry about that. You're really arguing about a fragrance? Yo, I make extra money, I buy fragrance. It doesn't really, it's not gonna do nothing. It's scented water. The community needs to relax and breathe. And listen, also, when you see a channel like Cuba Knows that is taking this full time, remember something, guys. People out there who watch him as spectators of his channel. He's gonna review a ton of fragrances, everything brand new. I mean, this is his livelihood. It's different than a person like me. I could get some sponsorships, but it won't be like him. I buy my own bottle, so it's a different, vibe. This is his job. People send him things. Let's let people live. If this is how you want to earn your living, so be it. Now, here's what I'm going to say. I bought 5 fragrances because of him, and I'm not mad about none of them. I'm actually very pleasant and happy with all my purchases, but let's speak about them. And let's see how he got me to buy them, because that's the funny part. Because that's how he is funny. Cuba is that type of funny guy. Great guy, though. In person, great guy. Same energy. So listen, when he spoke about this fragrance from Nichane, look how he described this. He said, imagine you're on top of a hill, and it's a grassy hill, and you just happen to slide down like if you're near one of those slide things. And as you're sliding, someone's pouring grape soda on top of you. And that's exactly what I would have to say about this fragrance. And when he said that, I said to myself, well, I gotta see what the hell this is, because that's a hell of a freaking experience. So from the house of Nichane, Caragos, oh man, let me tell you something, man. Cuba had me laughing with that one. So I had to get this fragrance when I got it for the right price. And I gotta give him his credit. I appreciate it. Fragrance is good. I mean, the way he said it's what I would say this smells like. But it has some more facets. But one thing about Cuba, he has a great way of describing something to the ordinary person, to the person who doesn't know fragrances. He does a great job, man. He really does what he does. And more, and you can't be successful if you're not good at it, guys. Okay? So, another fragrance that I got because of him, because I like the note of plum. He likes the note of plum. So when I hear him mention plum, my ears go up. He just spoke about Jean Paul Gaultier, the new elixir is going to have plum. So I'm going to wait for his review. And if he likes it, I'll probably, because I have a connection in Macy's, I'll probably get it for super cheap and buy it. Let me see how that plum note is. Is it good or is it bad? But over here, he said the plum note was good. And I took a chance. And it's called Wood Jasmine. This is an awesome plum pear combination, and I'm very happy with this purchase. The plum is great. The pear comes off like some type of whiskey. I don't understand why. It has this liquor vibe, the pear here. An amazing 1-2 combination punch of a fragrance. And like I said, if you like plum, you know, I bought this because of him, man. This community needs to share and love more. All this hate over scented water. Come on. But I would say this. Some people's cards must be pulled. Now, from the house of Memo. Now listen, before I even mention this fragrance, right, and you must know what it is already if I mention Memo. But you can't say that this, like, at least for me, I've been watching Cuba forever, like for years. If I bought this fragrance, it had to be because of him. Nobody spoke about this more than him. And this is like, I'm not gonna say it's his what's that, Tuxedo by YSL. Okay, that's his, number one. But this gotta be right up there in his top something, man, because he would speak about African leather like if it owed him money. I am telling you. So purchasing this fragrance is really because of him. No one else really spoke about this fragrance as much as he did. He would give this praises like you wouldn't believe. So for me, when I bought this fragrance, it was because of him. Constantly talking about African leather. Sexy cardamom note. Telling you guys, cardamom is sexy in a man's fragrance. Now, the next fragrance I'm going to speak about is one of my most expensive fragrances that I purchased, and I wanted to purchase something. When I was buying so many fragrances, I wanted to see what a real expensive fragrance was like. And he would speak about this fragrance. And I remember him saying that every time he sprayed this fragrance, it was like he felt $18 flying in the air, which had me rolling, honestly, man, because Cuba's funny. So when he said that to me, I started crying. Well, as far as he said it on the YouTube channel, I was crying, man. So this fragrance is from the house of Clive Christensen. And this is X, the masculine. Man, let me tell you something. When he said that, man, this fragrance, I was rolling, man. I said, I gotta try it. He said it was so good, it was so this. I said, you know what? If I'm gonna spend some big money, let me just buy this one. I like Cuba. I see what he's doing, and I think he was speaking about this in 2018. If I'm not incorrect, I remember him speaking about this. So yeah, man, I had to purchase it. He spoke about it so many times in that era, in that year, that I was like, he would bring it up, not crazy, but he would bring it up. And him bringing it up, I said, I just pulled the trigger. Again, very happy with my purchase. Okay, very happy. Now here's what I would say. This last fragrance, before I speak about it, what prompted me to make this video, like I said, I saw Cuba at Sen Explorer. He was real humble, man. Real nice guy. I like his New York attitude. I like the way he represents himself. And honestly, the same person you see on camera is what you're gonna meet when you meet him. It's like, that's pretty much who Cuba is. And again, he took like half an hour out of his day to speak to me. We had good conversation, and this fragrance came up in our conversation because I mentioned to him, first I told him that I respect his craft a lot, and what I mean by that is, like I said, he is able to make fragrances communicate to people who don't understand, like, who look at a fragrance like, what does that even mean? And he's able to communicate to them. And it's something not everybody can do, guys. And he got 2 channels at 100,000 subs. So let's give credit where credit's due. But when I was at San Explorer, I mentioned that I purchased Clive Christensen X because of him, and he was like, "Well, if you bought that, you gotta buy Town and Country." So, Town and Country from Clive Christensen. So I had a question about this fragrance because I seen another reviewer say that it smelled like oud of greatness. So when I mentioned that to him, he was like, "Yeah, I can see that. That's real. That is true. I can see that. That is there." So when he clarified that for me, it made me want to go blind by this because I like oud of greatness. I had a feeling it smelled like oud of greatness, but he confirmed this, so then I was more than happy to go purchase it. Because, guys, you gotta buy what you like, okay? I like certain fragrances. I'm gonna buy what I like. It doesn't, I can respect all reviewers and what they like, and I like a lot of stuff. So I like the craziest stuff, and I like this type of stuff where people can say, "Oh, this is designer," but I feel like the quality is just so much better than designer. Yeah, it costs a lot, but if you can buy it on discount websites, you get such a good ticket for these fragrances. You know what I'm saying, guys? So, anyway, Cuba helped me make this purchase, speaking to him at San Explorer. And his whole, let me tell you something, Ja is cool as hell. His cousin is cool as hell. I didn't meet the white boy, but if all of them are cool, I'm sure he's cool. And this is to Cuba. I'm going to say this to him because we had a little conversation. I understand that he is Cuban, but in my eyes, he's also Dominican. And he knows what I mean by that. So I just want everybody to have some love in the fragrance industry. We all can just get along. We don't have to agree on the same fragrances. Nobody likes everything the same. That's a joke, right? That means like we're all like sheep. I'm not a sheep. I'm not gonna do everything you do. I got my own way, my own swagger. But I respect other reviewers, especially reviewers that respect me back. And again, when I went to San Explorer and I met Cuba, I met tons of other content creators that were extremely cool, very nice to me. You know what I'm saying? Even the owner of Max Aroma took an hour and a half out of his day to talk to me about all types of stuff in the fragrance world, his fragrances. I mean, again, guys, let's make fragrances about enjoyment. Fragrances is about enjoyment. It's not about fighting over scented water. And Cuba be mentioning that. That's why I'm mentioning all of this. And I'm giving him a shout out because I bought 5 fragrances because of him, and I ain't disappointed about none of them. Okay? Let's start showing love to the community. Let's start giving back. Let's stay in the gym. Let's stay focused, gym life. Focus. All right, family? Now, you know how we do here in the Man Cologne channel. We praise to the Most High. We stay fly. Health is wealth. And family, remember, it's just scented water. Peace.